Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mahesh Karia. You guys are watching me on YouTube now, and in this session I'm gonna take you through how to convert your Docker Compose file into Kubernetes. And without wasting any time, let's deep dive into it. So I got bunch of questions based on how to deploy your Docker Compose to EKS or AKS. Maybe AKS is Azure, EKS for the Amazon AWS hosting. The first step is to first convert your Docker Compose to Kubernetes, and that is the most easiest part if you go with the right direction. Without wasting any time, let's start quickly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna either create a Node.js server or Python server. Maybe we'll use a single container, and that container we are gonna try to convert into the Kubernetes. So the first thing first, you have to create, if you are creating any API maybe, and where you have maybe server.js. Inside that you create the simplest code equals to express const app equals to express and app dot get, and that is gonna have a request response that you can response it with message saying that hello, nothing much, and app.listen, and this is it to 3000 maybe. So this is it, the simplest code to run the server. And into the API you have to hit npm init -y npm init express. Your server is ready. Simply check your package.json and check that npm start is hitting that your server.js, and try to hit this and run this, and express is not there, so express used before initialization. Const express equals to require express. This is it, and hit enter. It should work. Express I've got in here. Oh, const express sorry, my bad, typo. Okay, now let's open your localhost colon 3000 hit enter. You got the message, it means it's running. That's great. Now we need one Docker Compose, and I'm assuming you guys have your Compose already inside your system. That looks something similar to this. So version will be 3.9. The 3.9 is the latest one that I'm using in here. Services will contain, let's suppose I'm creating a node app. Make sure you define the service name properly in here, which contains a build path. Build path will of course go to, I don't need to define this. If you have multiple containers, you can utilize those. So container name, make sure that you define the container name in here, that so Kubernetes will when we'll try to convert this into the Kubernetes, it will detect this name like what you are writing right now. So Kubernetes name, ports that I'm using is 3000, so 3000 colon 3000, and this is pretty much it, the shortest thing I guess, and that should be in the root folder because my API goes to this, and I need a Docker Compose now, Dockerfile, sorry. So Dockerfile should be placed in each of these microservices, so which contains from node, because I'm using a node. You can define a work directory if you want, otherwise directly copy your package.json package, I'll say package star because I need it to package log as well, and then I guess run directly your npmi directly, and then you say copy rest of the things from here to there, and expose port that is 3000. This is it, and then cmd, which is the final command, that is in the format of array, which says npm start. Okay, and that's how the simplest. Let's write install, be specific. So now this is everything is ready. We are good to go, and we can build this. We'll try to build this quickly. Docker compose up hyphen build, and we'll see that if it works, then instead of not sure, right? Okay. So make sure you install this extension. This extension is we use for the Docker. These are the containers for the Kubernetes. So this is building. Till then you go to here, search for Docker extension, hit enter, and you will see this Docker extension. That's why we are able to see this extension. And once this will finish building this, then you will able to see the container in here. Okay, so it's building. Till then just make sure that you have a Docker already. Of course, if you don't have it, go to the docker.com and install it from here, from the Mac, Silicon, whatever the system that you're using. Next thing, you need a kubectl. Kubectl is another thing that we use for the handling Kubernetes. So like Docker CLI, it's like a Kubernetes CLI, kubectl. Okay, you have a control over Kubernetes via this. So we say pods, like for the containers we call it pods, and that's what we are gonna see the services and all the things. Compose is the thing that we are gonna use to convert quickly your Docker Compose to Kubernetes. The easiest way to install this, click on installation and just hit this URL according to your specific system. For Mac, Windows, Linux, you can use this. And once you do that, all you have to do is to use this command in order to, so it's getting the latest node version, it's building. So I don't have it in my system, the latest node version. That's why it's picking it from the internet, and it's getting it from the Docker Hub. Okay, so if I go to the Docker Hub, make sure that everything is goes to Docker Hub. Okay, so I'll search for Docker Hub. You can either deploy your repositories to Docker Hub, ECR, or wherever it may be. So it's searching for this node, and everything that we write here, it comes from here. So it's 1 billion plus downloads. Okay, so these are coming from here. So this is created, the network got created, and this got created. My folder name is this. We'll need this later. So if I go to localhost colon 3000 once again, hit enter, so you see the message is now coming from this Docker. So if I go here, it got created. So now I can stop this. The step 2 got finished because I wanted to run this via Kubernetes, not Docker. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna hit this command, which is command K Kubernetes compose convert. Once you do that, sorry, I don't see compose, sorry. So it got created, my node app service got created, my node deployment got created in here, if you see. And these are the files which is got generated automatically. So if you have, let's suppose 4 folders, it's gonna create that 4 files for you, 4 services, 4 deployments. Now inside deployment, I have to do one change because we are testing everything on local. So this thing is coming from local. So if I write this image, make sure that the image is preceded with the folder name, like docker to cube is my folder name. Okay, this is how the image is getting generated on your local system. And it should be available on Docker Hub. It will try to pick this from Docker Hub. Because you are not deploying into the Docker Hub, you can use this container policy or image pool policy to if not started. Okay, so that's how what it will do is, if image is not available on Docker Hub, it will pull from your local system. And to apply this, it's compose space, like you can get it from here, apply. Okay, and let's say -f your file name maybe. So my file name is this. I'll try to copy name, or you can do directly -f, so you will see the bunch of errors later. So what happened? Okay, so you apply this Kubernetes apply -f. You can use this validate false if you don't want to validate this, and just hit enter. Okay, so if not present, okay, I image pool policy should not be here. Image pool policy should be inside containers. So I see I need to remove it from here, and after ports I try to write this. Where is my ports? So what it says is unsupported if not present. Instead of started, I have to write if not present. Now it's good, better. So now it got created. How we can check that? So we'll say kubectl get pods or po. So you see this is running. So if I go here on my localhost, now this is not working because I have to port forward your 3000 because it's running on the 3000. I wanted to forward it to, so I can use inside my system the pod. It's running on 3000 for that particular pod. Now that should forward it to my system, which is also 3000, and then it should work. So now you see I'm getting this message from Kubernetes container, and to deploy this on any EKS, let's suppose. So the process are very simple. I'll try to create a new video within week maybe, which will be a next step to deploy this, and the steps are really very easy. All you have to do is to install your AWS CLI, hit enter, get this AWS CLI, and just create the EKS cluster, and then update your Kubernetes config and get SVC and apply those there. So pretty much easy. We'll try to create more complex in later videos, more complex full stack applications later videos. For this tutorial, this is pretty much it, I guess. So thank you so much all of you guys for being with me, supporting me all the time. It's been pleasure to be here. Do let me know inside comment box if you are facing any issues. I'll try to answer all possible solutions, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already, and smash that like button if you enjoyed, and see you soon in next video. Till then, tata, bye bye.